Welcome to Hens Sports Night, Season 5, Episode 5, our last episode before Thanksgiving break. My name is George Lawson, here with Alex Hand. We are back with some exciting updates, so let's jump right in.
In the NBA this past Tuesday, the Celtics beat the Cavaliers in a close game with a final score of 120 to 117 to end their undefeated season.
The Cavs still lead the Eastern Conference with a record of 16-1, and it's the Warriors who lead the Western Conference with a record of 11-3.
Staying with the NBA, we have some unfortunate news. The Dallas Mavericks superstar guard, Luka Doncic, is expected to be out at least 1 week with the right wrist sprain he suffered on Tuesday's 132-91 victory over the New Orleans Pelicans. The Mavs' next game will be tomorrow as they take on the Denver Nuggets, shorthanded in a Western Conference Group C in-season cup matchup.
Moving on to the NFL, the Bills were able to ruin the Chiefs' perfect record in an exciting 30-21 win in Buffalo last Sunday.
The Chiefs still lead the AFC West with a record of 9-1, while the Bills lead the AFC East with a record of 9-2.
Jets fans can sit and wonder what happened to the team that had so much hope heading into this season. Jets ownership fired their GM, Joe Douglas, this past Tuesday. Douglas, who had been their GM for the past 5 seasons, is let go, with the team already planning a rebuild before the end of the season.
Last night, the Maple Leafs picked up a 3-0 win against the Golden Knights to extend their record to 12-6-2. They currently lead the Atlantic Division along with the Golden Knights, who lead the Pacific Division with a record of 11-6-2.
The Hurricanes also beat the Flyers 4-1. They are now 14-4 on the year and are leading the Metropolitan Division.
In college football news, number 6 BYU picked up their first loss of the season to the unranked Kansas Jayhawks, bringing their record to 9-1.
Which means only 3 FBS teams remain undefeated on the season. Number 1 Oregon, number 5 Indiana, and number 19 Army.
The United States men's national team propelled themselves into the CONCACAF Nations League semifinal after beating Jamaica 5-2, led by Christian Pulisic. Pulisic, who is rumored to be headed back to the Premier League, has a combined 12 goals and assists in 15 games for AC Milan in all competitions.
Moving on to UD Sports, the University of Delaware football team closed out their season with an undefeated record at home after beating Campbell 41-22. Quarterback Nick Minicucci threw for 230 yards and 4 touchdowns.
They look to end their season on a high note this Saturday at Villanova at 1 o'clock.
And now, let's head over to see some of our members play Sports Hesitation.
What's up, Blue Hens? I'm Marnie.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Emily. And today we're going to be playing a game of Sports Hesitation.
And now in this game, the first person to hesitate or repeat an answer that was already said is out.
The last one standing in each round wins that round.
Now, let's get into it. Okay, so for round 1, we're going to start off with Olympic sports, both summer and winter count. I'll start us off this round. We'll start with gymnastics.
Table tennis.
Bobsledding.
Swimming.
Badminton.
Track.
Soccer.
Hockey.
Volleyball.
Rugby.
Curling.
Water polo.
Basketball.
Horseback.
Track.
You said Okay.
I'm done.
Ready?
I'm done.
Sit back down. We need to finish this.
I'm done.
Okay. Ready?
We could do an instant replay of her.
Break dancing.
Mother trucker. I was gonna pick that.
10. 9.
Dancing.
I'm out.
That what?
Also, dancing is not.
Dancing.
What?
That is
What do you
not
mean?
an Olympic sport.
It's break dancing.
And the win goes to Emily for that one.
Okay, so for our second round, we're going to be naming NFL teams. I'll start. Patriots.
Can we do passing current?
No,
No.
just current.
Jets.
Eagles,
Giants.
Dolphins.
Ravens,
Cowboys.
Texans.
49ers,
Colts.
Bears.
Chiefs.
Dolphins.
Lions.
No, you said Dolphins, right? Yeah, I'm almost positive you said Dolphins.
Did I say Dolphins?
Yes.
I said Dolphins?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're out then.
Okay.
Did I say Dolphins?
Yes, you said
I
Dolphins.
don't remember.
Run back the clip.
Dolphins.
Seahawks.
The Packers.
The
Hesitation.
Yeah, that'd be a
Yeah!
Congrats, Dylan.
Yes.
Welcome.
All right, guys. Round 3. We're doing NBA cities. Emily, start us off.
Philadelphia.
New York.
Boston.
Brooklyn.
Indiana.
Seattle.
Los Angeles.
Utah.
Kansas City.
There is no Kansas.
Denver.
There is no Kansas City basketball team.
Oh, that's the Chiefs.
All right.
Denver.
Charlotte.
Houston.
Miami.
Oh, is that?
No, that's correct. I
Okay.
said Miami.
Jacksonville. No, that's not a thing.
This seems like hesitation.
I think. You think that looks like hesitation to you?
And another win for Dylan.
Yes. I want to thank everyone that got me to this point. Marnie for messing up each round. That was just really mean. But I'm here and I won. That's all that matters.
Well, congrats, Dylan, on your win today.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I do think you may have studied a little bit before, but that's okay. Some cheaters.
I don't think cheating and studying go in the same world. I think I actually prepared well enough in advance for this.
Okay.
But that's about it from us here. Very happy with the win. But now we're going back to you guys in the studio.
How's everybody doing? I'm James Gallagher, and I'm going to be here with today Tony, and we're going to be talking about this weekend's college football matchups and a little bit about our opinions on the playoffs. So Tony, let's start with this weekend's big matchup between Ohio State and undefeated Indiana. Now, you being a Buckeyes fan, I'm going to let you give your take first.
Yeah, the Buckeyes have been having a great season so far. We did lose one game, unfortunately, by 1 point to Oregon. We should have won that game. There was a kind of a, he slid. There was a timeout called at 1 second. If you watch the clip back.
I got to go back. Okay.
Got to go back. 1 second left.
I mean, we got to bring up, though, Ryan Day in big games. Like, he's a choke artist.
Yes.
Like, are you concerned this weekend, or is this like...
This is like another walk in the park.
Yeah, it is.
You know, like, Indiana, they have a high-powered offense.
Yeah.
But our defense is...
As
you know, as Gus Johnson once said, you got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me?
I mean, because I'll tell you, I don't disagree. Your defense is good. But this Indiana offense, I don't know where they got this coach from. I think he was literally from that barbecue that Gus Johnson was talking about. Because this man's a dog, and he's bringing it every week. He's saying Indiana football, it's back. But you're telling me it's not?
No.
How much? Then give me your score prediction.
Score prediction, 40. Our offense can put up points.
It can.
40-21.
I mean, it only takes $10 million to put up 40 points, I guess. But give me Indiana in a close one.
What's the score?
Let's go 38-35. Indiana kicks a game-winning field goal into regulation.
Gosh.
Now we're getting to my team, though.
Okay.
Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They got Army this weekend in Yankee Stadium. Now, I'm going to start here. Look, we lost to some absolute scrubs. I know you would agree with that.
Yes.
Northern Illinois, they're the plumbers. You know, like, they might have those kids might be our janitors here at UD in a couple years.
Nah.
You know? But I want your thoughts kind of on this Army team and anything you see.
This Army team, like, is surprising. Like, they can put up points.
Yeah.
Like, they've been scoring this year. Like, the one game, they put up, like, almost 60. I was like, so that was very surprising.
Yeah.
But I can't lie. Notre Dame, ever since that loss, they have came to life.
Yeah,
They came to life.
They really have. And, like, let's just be honest. Army's a run team. They're going to go back to it. You know, they might be able to pass against Temple. Temple's probably the worst team in college football history. I'm sorry. Kennesaw State's worse?
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
Okay,
Horrible.
I mean, I haven't been watching, but I mean, I saw them beat up on Temple. I know Temple's pretty.
Yeah.
And now, I know you saw those Army jerseys. Does that, like, add anything to help them, or is this just like...
it adds fuel to them.
Yeah?
Like, I'm not going to lie. The Fighting Irish will have to fight all game.
Yeah, they are going to have to fight.
Army's going to give them a fight.
Okay.
Army might put up... because they are a run team. I feel like it's going to be low scoring.
Okay.
It's going to be low scoring.
So, I'm going to take Notre Dame, obviously. But let's go into our, like, thoughts on this new college football format and, like, the playoff and what we've been seeing here.
So it is 12 teams. It doesn't, like... it's kind of weird how like a lot of teams are like they could be top 4, but they're not top 4 in the playoffs, which doesn't make sense. I guess they're doing it based off like
it's like conference.
Yeah,
like
based off your conference, but like a lot of conferences are bad. Like Boise State. Like why are they 4 in the playoffs, but they're like 12 in college football? It doesn't make sense.
I mean, I agree with you. Look, and I know you're going to agree with this. Ashton Genty is their only player.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It ends with Genty and it starts with Genty. I mean, that's all they got. And then the other thing, I think it's too big. Because I agree, like, we're getting some teams here that, like, they're not going to produce good football.
Not
like,
at all.
Penn State, you suck. So I can't wait to see you get bounced. Yeah, I know you agree with that being at Ohio State.
For sure.
I mean, but, like, let's go to 8 before we, like,
8.
because 4 to 12 was a huge jump. Like, let's just be so honest with ourselves. And so now let's kind of end the segment off here. Who's winning the Natty Chip?
I've been thinking, Ohio State won the very first national championship with the playoff system.
Okay.
So now with the new system, since it's 12 teams, they're going to do it again.
Oh, my God, Tony.
They're going to do it again.
Tony, no.
Don't say the Fighting Irish is going to win.
Oh, no.
Okay,
I'm not going there.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that. That would be a homer pick. I'm not you. I'm not picking my favorite team here. I think I'm going to go Texas. I think yours, I don't know, Sarkisian, there's just something about that team down in Texas that I really like. But that was our takes here on the college football. Now we're going to send it off to us visiting the Philly sports stadiums this week.
Well, we had a fun week of going to all the Philly sports events. Unfortunately, only one of them won, but go Birds, and thanks for watching. On to the next segment.
Hi, I'm Jake Schmidt alongside Matt Pollard, and today we're going to discuss some NBA basketball. Now, first things first, we got the in-season tournament, the Cup. Matt, you want to tell us how that works?
Yeah, so the in-season tournament seeding games are already underway. But pretty much how it works is there are 3 pools, Pool A, Pool B, and Pool C for both the East and Western Conference. The winner of each of those pools will move on, plus 1 wildcard team with the best record outside of them. But Jake, what do you think is going to happen with that?
No, yeah, last year the Lakers won it, and LeBron got MVP for the tourney. I mean, that didn't turn out to help them at all, as they didn't do anything in the playoffs. But Matt, who do you think is going to win the Cup this year, and who do you think is going to be the MVP for it?
I mean, I really like what I'm seeing out of the Warriors lately. I mean, Curry's going off as always. They got Buddy Hield now. He's the new splash buddy. Draymond Green, I mean, sometimes he gets ejected, but he always brings the dogness to the Warriors. And then Kuminga, I mean, all these role players, it's all coming together for them. They're doing good this year. I think they got it. How about you?
I could definitely get behind that take. Buddy Hield's been balling lately. Now, for me, I got to go with my New York Knicks. You know that.
No.
We're finally looking to get things going. I mean, not defensively. Thibodeau still needs to shape things up a little bit, but offensively, everyone's gelling together. Cat had 34 last night. Brunson had 36 last night. Brunson with 10 assists. Cat with 10 rebounds. They're just gelling perfectly. Bridges had a slow start to the year because he changed his jump shot, but he's starting to get it rolling. And let's talk about OG Anunoby. He's showing shades of Kawhi Leonard. I can't even lie.
Okay, bro.
He is.
We got to chill about that now.
And they got key pieces off the bench. You can't forget about Deuce McBride and Cam Payne, former Sixer, who's been shooting lights out this year.
Yeah, I do miss Terry Johnson. Anyways, going back to the in-season tournament, we got some City Edition jerseys that just came out lately. Some of them good, some of them not so good. I mean, I got some I like, but Jake, what do you think?
Yeah, most of them are brutal, don't get me wrong. If I had to choose a favorite, I'm going with the Toronto Raptors. They have their Raptor mascot, and he's doing the in-between-the-legs dunk, not honoring, but it's a tribute to Vince Carter in that dunk contest. I just think they just did everything right with that. What about you?
Yeah, I took a look at them a few days ago. The one that stood out to me was the Lakers, with the black and the purple blending in together, with the classic yellow right in the middle. I mean, I think they did that perfectly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one I don't like, though, I hate the Nuggets one. They keep doing that thing with the altitude, the 5'280" number on the front of the jersey. They just got to get rid of it. For how many years now have they been doing that? What about you? Which jersey do you hate, Matt?
I mean, I'm looking. The one that stood out to me before the Lakers one, the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, I don't know if someone blind was making that jersey, but it does not look good at all. I mean, I think I could make a better jersey for them.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, terrible. Anyways, the Cleveland Cavaliers started 15-0, probably their best year since LeBron was over there. The Celtics did take them down a few days ago. But Jake, are they legit, or have they did they have a cakewalk schedule so far?
I think they're legit, but to a certain extent. You know, I mean, obviously a 16-1 is an amazing start. I haven't seen that since the 73-9 Warriors. They have head coach Kenny Atkinson. I mean, I don't watch Cavs games, but he's obviously doing something right. You got MVP caliber Donovan Mitchell. You got Darius Garland, and the big men Mobley and Allen. So we'll see what goes on, but they're certainly looking great. Now, how about your Sixers? Not so great.
Not at all. I mean, a lot of drama going on. Embiid, he's whining and crying about everything. A report got leaked a few days ago that Maxey called him out for being late to everything. And now Embiid's mad about that, but in the first place, it wouldn't be an issue if you showed up on time. Like, you only have to play 3 or 4 games a week of basketball. It's a part-time job. Meanwhile, other people working 9 to 5s every day. I mean, come on. And then Paul George, we pay him $50 or $60 million a year for his knees to flip back and forth every other day. And then Nick Nurse got some weird lineups, so I'm not really sure what's going on with him either. Play Yabu and get my boy Reggie Jackson there more. So speaking of injuries, Chet and KD went down. But speaking of injuries, we have to talk about the Pelicans, right?
Yeah, the Pelicans, they're a mess. Last night they lost by 28. They have Alvarado out. They have Zion out for a while, obviously. DeJounte Murray out for a while, obviously. And now CJ McCollum. What's going on in New Orleans? They're in shambles. I don't really know.
Yeah. I mean, interesting things go on. But speaking of interesting, Adam Silver announced this new All-Star format, which will include 4 teams. 3 regular All-Star teams and the 4th with the winners of the Rising Stars. Personally, I think Norman Powell will be an All-Star this year and win Most Improved Player. But how about you?
He has been hooping. Norman Powell has been doing very good. My guy, my hot take, is R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett dropped 39 in his last game, and the game before that, he had a 23-point triple-double with a career-high 15 assists. R.J., this is what you expected out of Duke from him.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll sign off to Change My Mind with the fellas.
Sean, and today we are at the Lil Bob having people debate our sports takes.
So, the people that will try and debate us, we're going to give them cookies because they're going to be so sad they're going to go home crying to their mamas. But yeah, you excited, Anthony?
I'm excited. Let's have a good day.
Okay, so I'm sitting here with
Brandon Sullivan.
Brandon. Okay, so the take you want to talk about is that the Mets are going to lose 100 games next year.
Yep.
And I'm taking it you think this is the most blasphemous thing ever?
Probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Really? I just want to, I'm going to let you start something.
No, you know what? I want to hear your side.
Okay,
of it. I don't know how you could say that the Mets
How
are
can
gonna
I
lose
say that?
100
Okay.
games.
Look.
The Yankees assistant pitching coach, who not only trained Severino when he was coming up, and when he was on the Yankees, but also has developed the likes of their now closer, Luke Weaver, has helped Cole out, has found a place for Nestor, who, if he was on any other team, wouldn't be in the league. Manaea made his midseason adjustment. And you might be right, teams will adjust to it, but they can't adjust to it all the time. He's still going to be the same pitcher he was. He's going to be another great pitcher. Kodai is going to be the same pitcher he is every time he comes back. Yeah, he got shelled in the playoffs, but he didn't pitch all year against the best offense in the league.
Yeah.
Ronnie Marciano's coming back. Mauricio. He's coming back. He's going to provide a nice young spark. Luis Angel Acuna, along with Lindor. They're going to sign Pete back.
You think?
Alvarez is going to have a bounce-back season after the sophomore slump.
Yeah.
Nimmo's always a great option in center field. Offensively, he was a little shaky this second half, but defensively, he's still a great glove.
So what are you guys going to do in right field with Marte?
See, that's the thing.
I think they will. I don't know. I think Arsenal just has a dog in them that might win the league one year. But City might just, one of their players might get hurt or something. I don't know. It's the Premier League. You never know.
So it's a long season. I get that.
It is a long season, and they also have to play all these extra Mickey Mouse Cup trophy games where they got to play like them random teams that you never heard of.
Yeah, that is true. Like Europa League, Europa Conference League.
The Conference League, the Europa League, like the 7th tier, the Europa League.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I think this team our choke artists. There's no Thierry Henry anymore. Like we don't have an out-and-out striker. The best player on Arsenal is Declan Rice. West Ham forever. I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Okay, so I'm sitting here with
Luke Gibbons.
Okay, Luke. So the take you want to take on is one we had picked earlier is Kyler Murray, the current NFL MVP. So I'm going to let you start, or do you want me to start here?
Take it away, because this is just honestly insane.
Okay.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they swept the Cowboys too.
I think Micah Parsons had a wake-up call this week, and I think he's gonna step it up on defense for them.
Maybe.
But they could.
Any Cowboys fans out there?
There's no Caps. Well, we agreed and don't talk to the
common
Cowboys
ground.
fans. Yes, and that's what we're here for. So, RG3 guy.
I was too.
I was a big RG3 guy. Still. As an Eagles fan, I was a huge RG3 guy. When he got hurt in the playoffs, I was upset. I remember the moment.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Welcome in. I am Sam Mendelson, joined you of Sean on my right and Sam Cucuzella and Tyler Smith on my left. So today we're going to talk about the biggest what-ifs in all professional sports. So Sean, let's get started.
For my segment, I got what if Derrick Rose didn't get hurt? So like we all know, look at the accolades. Like he was the youngest to win MVP, 3-time All-Star, All-NBA first team, and the list goes on. Like he was a dog. He was a menace. And like look at it. I feel like if he didn't get hurt, he would have at least, and this is a big if, he had at least had one championship on his belt. I'm not going to sit here like our colleague Tony Dean be a delusional pothead and be like, oh, he would have won 5 to 10 championships. No, I'm a normal person. But I will say though, like I said, I at least would have had one championship on his belt, and I do think throughout the end of his career, he would have at least been a top 5 point guard of all time.
I mean, I have to agree with that top 5 point guard take. I mean, I know we were arguing before. Somebody was saying, I'm not going to shout out names, Tony Dean, saying Steve Nash would be top 5 over him, but I'm going to have to agree with that. So I'm going to go to the NFL. So a lot of people, like, the biggest what if in the NFL is like, what if Drew Bledsoe never got hurt? But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about what if in 2006 Drew Brees passed his physical and signed with the Miami Dolphins instead of the New Orleans Saints. I mean, this has a crippling effect on both the NFL and, more importantly, college football. So those of you who don't know, in 2005, in the season finale on New Year's Eve, Drew Brees took a dirty shot from John Lynch and tore his labrum. So that offseason, the number one free agent quarterback was going with a big question mark, his shoulder. He wanted to sign with the Dolphins. Everything was worked out, the contract, but he didn't pass the physical, so it never happened. And they ended up trading a second-round pick for Dante Culpepper, pairing up Culpepper and Nick Saban, excuse me, which turned out to be a massive failure. It also led Sean Payton to get Drew Brees, but what if that never happened? What if you paired that defense and Drew Brees? I mean, what happens to Alabama? Nick Saban never goes there. Alabama never becomes a dynasty. And also another question, what happens with Sean Payton? I mean, does he get fired by the Saints and ultimately become the head coach for the Cowboys? And you pair him and Tony Romo. I mean, they would have beat that Giants team, if I agree. If Sean Payton was coach in 2008, they would have beat that Giants team in the divisional round. And then you might have the Giants versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And who wins that Super Bowl? So right now, Jerry Jones could be sitting with another Super Bowl. Alabama dynasty might never exist, and Tom Brady might not have 2/3 of the rings he has. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting sort of take. So for the MLB, there are a lot of what-ifs you can do. A lot of them sort of revolve around personnel decisions or injuries. I don't think they're as impactful just because baseball, obviously, one person can't win a ring. Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Angels. But I chose to do what if Babe Ruth was never traded to the New York Yankees. So Babe Ruth was a Boston Red Sox, and he was a damn good Boston Red Sox. And the Red Sox owner, Harry Frazee, wanted a fund to play. So he traded Babe Ruth, bona fide superstar, to the New York Yankees in exchange for $100,000, which, adjusted for inflation, is only $1.6 million. By comparison, for the modern day Yankees, that's $1 million less than they're paying Luke Weaver.
Shout out Professor Lynch.
He taught us that. Anyway, when it comes to the what if there, for the Red Sox, do they win a ring? Does the curse of Bambino still go in effect? Do they have to wait 86 years? Do they win a couple more? For the Yankees, I still think they'd be successful being a team in New York. They had Lou Gehrig, they had Waite Hoyt, Miller Huggins, plenty of other stars. But you have to wonder, does having Babe Ruth not on your team affect your legacy at all? Does it make it harder for them to attract superstars? Does it make their runs in the 20s less regarded? And does that affect the careers of guys like Gehrig, Joe McCarthy, any others? And it just truly makes you wonder, what does the league look like? And do the Yankees brag now about only 20 or 21 rings versus 27?
Yeah, personally, from a Mets fan, I'd love to see the Yankees have a little less rings.
From an Orioles fan as well.
Moving on to some hockey, I'm going to take us back to the 1999 season, specifically the Stanley Cup playoffs, more specifically the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 6, triple overtime. Now, these players are out here dying. It's triple overtime. I mean, these guys are on their last legs, but this is what you dream of as a kid, right? You dream of scoring that game-winning goal. So for that dream, that came true for Brett Hull. Now, for Dallas fans, this is amazing. You've won the Stanley Cup. This is all you could dream for. For Buffalo fans, you're probably screaming your head off, smashing your TV, because as you can see, Brett Hull's foot was in the crease. So the precedent at this time was really, if anyone ever scores with their foot in the crease, it's not going to count for a good goal. Now, in this, the refs viewed this as a good goal because Brett Hull shot the puck, got the puck back, and therefore maintained possession. The exception to this rule within the foot in the crease is that if you still have possession of the puck, the goal is still going to count. So obviously this has been heavily debated. For those of you at home, you can look this up on YouTube, Reddit. There's dozens, if not hundreds, of blogs about Dallas fans debating this, Buffalo Sabres fans debating this, and all fans in between. This really accounted for a lot of ripples in the NHL as a whole. The league actually disbanded the foot in the rule, the foot in the crease rule entirely, and nowadays you can have your foot in the crease as long as you don't interfere with the goaltender. So obviously the Stanley Cup Finals really shifted the layout. Obviously all of these what-ifs can really shift the layout of our leagues. But I'm going to kick it over to Sam just to
So we just want to say, Anthony and Olivia, we hope you guys get better soon. We miss you, and we will see you December 11th on a Wednesday for a season finale.
Hey, it's my birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.